Let's stay on that for a second. Tell me about your team. I have some of the notes here, but share it with the crowd. How many are on your team? Are they licensed? Are they unlicensed, et cetera?
I manage a team with 3 other, Liz Haynes, Dixie Oberlin, and Susan Timmerman. We do run without an admin.
Well, wait, hold on that. So do you have buyer's agents and seller's agents? Does everybody handle their own business?
Everybody handles their own business. They're both buyers and sellers.
Okay.
I have a little bit of help. I have a licensed husband who is my sign guy, who does those little things for me if I'm really stuck. And Jack's not golfing that day. He'll go out and show a property for me, which is nice. Other than that, my son John, who's joined my team, is getting very busy, so that complicates things. I have a wonderful unlicensed assistant, and I'm not going to tell you her name because you may call her and try and recruit her, and you can't have her. But she does all of my marketing. And that's something that I do consistently. Zionsville is still a small town, so I feel blessed about that. But Susan does I gave her first name. Susan does all of the marketing, and she does all of my pendings and closings and gets all of that down to the front desk. And I don't think I could do it without her. I would like to clone her and get another unlicensed assistant. I think that's probably one of the most efficient ways to work. One other team member of mine is Bob Richmond, who is kind of a part-time guy who's not doing a whole bunch, and I don't think he cares to, but as a friend, I welcomed him aboard. I do have an unlicensed husband.
Wow, I don't know how to follow up that unlicensed husband comment. Yeah, my wife would probably say the same thing. I've got 2 team members. We all handle our own business, so they're not buyers agents. I occasionally give them leads, but I can still handle more business. So up until that point, I don't give my team members other business. Obviously, they get a lot of my floor calls and sign calls if I'm not available. It rolls directly to them. The 2 team members, I'm getting ready to take on a 3rd, maybe a 4th, and I'll probably throw all the line at that. I think one of the things from a team leader perspective, you have to be very careful with, is if you get too many team members, it will either dilute you, and I've dealt with some of the top agents where when you call them, you never get them. And the reality of this, our clients list with us. So they list with Cindy, they list with Mary Jane, they list with me. They don't list with my team members. So I think we have to be very careful what we do as you grow a business with team members, how you handle that.
Okay, Cindy, you mentioned feeding your database. How do you manage to stay in front of your past clients and those who you think are soon going to be your future clients? Some of the day-to-day activities, is it basic stuff? Is it email marketing? Is it dropping by?
I don't drop by, I don't get phone calls, but I have been writing my own e-newsletter for the last 6 years. So it has like a current topic, like last month was, games, new games, iPhones and so forth. Then an indie event and then a homeowner's corner. So they get that, 12 times once a month. We do client events, like we have a shred day coming up. We've done a spring clean, which is an Easter egg hunt. We've done Eagle Creek Hayride. So we try to do client events. I use send out cards for birthdays, so that's kind of the system I have. I do, just little postcards to the neighborhood. I mean, just, I kind of mix it up a little.
As far as staying in front of my customers, I feel somewhat lucky that Zionsville really is a small town, different from maybe Hamilton County. I've been very consistent with, I was always embarrassed to promote myself. So I always promoted my listing because that gave me a reason to get out there in front of people. So consistently in our Zionsville newspaper, I do advertise each new listing that I get. As far as past clients, our company provides us with very nice marketing materials. And I do take advantage of sending those materials out to past clients. And that's done probably 8 times a year. It could be football schedules, etc., whatever it is. I think that just listed and just sold postcards are an important thing for business. And again, that allowed me to promote myself by not directly promoting myself, but promoting my clients in so doing. I don't have a sophisticated database. And lots of times I think I just fly by the seat of my pants. And I think I was very lucky, and I think I'm blessed. And it's that consistency though, and hard work. I think it all pays off, but I wish I were skilled and had the databases.
Don't beat yourself up, Mary Jo. I'm horrible. I mean, Mary Jean, sorry. Sorry about, see, I can't remember her middle name. Yeah. That's some of the best things I've been called in a while. But anyway, I'm not good on follow-up, so I realized that. We all have weaknesses. And I was always really good with the client for the first 60, 90 days after they closed, and then after that I did a terrible job. So I finally realized I had to go outside of myself because we get so busy with transactions that I just got to the point where I just quit following up, and it was horrible. It was absolutely stupid. So I actually hired a third-party company, and now I'm doing direct mail to my past clients, and also the database of neighborhoods that I really want to focus on as far as farming. So I think whatever you do, just do it consistent, do it over and over again. One of the things people don't realize is I think it's 6 months before the average, whether it's a direct mail or following up with clients, before they even remember who you are. So be consistent with whatever you do follow up. Don't jump back and forth. Figure out one way and just stick with it.
I will say I run a little cheaper because remember I'm an accountant, so everything I do is typically, email type thing. I will tell you that on the database, I am a dog on a bone on the database. I use Access, and after every transaction, I load that person into the database. I load their birthday and send out cards. I do manage my database, so I do think that that's critical. For the newsletters, I'll tell you, I use MailChimp. It's free.
Let's stay on that. That was one of our next questions. You use Access, so elaborate on that. You just said a little bit. So what's your database management system? Do you love it, or are you using a system that makes listed? Right? Love it or listed. Because we've had this before too, somebody goes on about this outstanding system they have, but they hate it. So share that. What's the challenge on the system that you use? Or have you found something that
and
is
it
perfect?
isn't just one system for me. Liz uses Top Producer and loves it, okay? So you have to figure out what works for you. The Access database is really kind of just an Excel spreadsheet on steroids kind of thing. And so it is just the name and address and that information. I use it to generate the labels if I'm going to do the sports calendars or something like that. I do load them into MailChimp so that they get the newsletter. So
What is it you're saying? MailChimp?
like a one.
Okay, so MailChimp.
Yeah, free. And so I don't have a system where I load it one place and it populates all the things that I need. Okay, so I want to be clear about the fact that I don't have the magic key, that I'm using a couple of different systems to manage the database.